We're speaking with Jürgen von Muralt, who is a great cooperator and ILO ex officio, about his experiences at the ILO and working with cooperatives. Mr. von Muralt, prior to joining the ILO, what was the nature of your involvement with cooperatives?
In my hometown, I already witnessed a lot of cooperative activities when I was a high school student. So when I started my studies in economics at the university in Marburg, there was an Institute of Cooperative Science, and I chose cooperatives as a supplementary subject to my economic studies. So you see, I started very early with the cooperative idea, and after graduation with a diploma as an economist, I decided to go to Egypt to do a study on the development of cooperatives in this country, which had become very important, the development of cooperatives, because Nasser, the president, had decreed agrarian reforms, and the landowners had to be replaced by some sort of organization which would lend support to the fellahs, to the farmers. And cooperatives were chosen as a means to fulfill this task. And so I went there and stayed for 4 months and studied the movement, made a study, which later, after my return to Marburg, I converted into a dissertation for my PhD. I became also a member of the Cooperative Institute at the university, and later I moved up to the post of managing secretary, because the then managing secretary was offered a job by the ILO to go to Burkina Faso, at that time Upper Volta, as an expert. I think that was the time in Marburg. I then went on a fellowship for Arabic, studying Arabic language, to Bonn, and met there Professor Otto Schiller, a famous cooperator and cooperative expert, who was on his way to Heidelberg University, where he had a chair on agricultural economics, and he created the institute, a research center for research on agrarian structure and agricultural cooperatives. And he hired me as one of his first employees. So I moved to Heidelberg and stayed there for 3 years. Based on my Arabic experience, I covered very much the North African and the Middle Eastern countries. It happened then that the ILO and UNRIST organized a meeting here in Geneva on cooperative subjects, and I was delegated to represent our institute. I participated very actively in these few days' discussions, and at the end, to my big surprise, I was offered a job both by UNRIST and by the ILO to start to do some work with them.